Hey guys, what's up? So I'm back with the part 2 for the CSAT paper 2, how to solve it in 90 minutes or less. You'll get 120 minutes, we'll try to solve it in 90 minutes. So if you aim at 90 minutes, whatever happens, if even if you are very slow at mathematics or English or reading comprehension for any reason whatsoever, if you aim at 90 minutes, you'll end up solving it in 100 or 110 minutes. So that is our aim at all. But those of you who can solve it in 90 minutes should try to solve it in 90 minutes, and my tricks will make it extremely easy. No formulas required whatsoever to memorize. We have already a crap load to remember, so we don't want to add up on that pile. So this will be tackling the 2014. Do watch the part 1 first before coming here. So this is presented by the channel, YouTube channel and Academy. The series is conceptualized by me. This is me. This is the Facebook page, facebook.com/romansani.official. You can also follow me at my Twitter handle, romansani, at romansani. And do like the video, that is all I require from you, and do comment here and on the Facebook page the post for this particular video if you have any query or if you want me to make any more videos regarding it. So I'll be dealing with everything except reading comprehensions because you people don't want me to tackle reading comprehensions. I've never received any request for reading comprehension, surprisingly, because it is 50% of your paper. But anyways, let's move forward. So this is the question: hour and minute hands of a clock move without jerking. Absolutely worthless information, doesn't help us. Clock shows the time between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. The two hands of the clock are one above the other. Okay. So what time are we talking about? So the time between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, this is, let's suppose, this is the 8 wala mark, this is the 9 mark. Okay. So only between these time can the two hands be above each other, because at exactly 8 o'clock the R end is here, at exactly 9 o'clock the R end is here. So in between these two only there can be a possibility. So I'm writing here between 8:40 and 8:45 only they can be together. The answer exactly is 8:40 plus 40 divided by 11, that will be equals to 8.43.63 minutes. But that is not our concern. But anyways, this concept needs to be cleared. R and speed will be equals to distance upon time always. The distance traveled is the 5 units. So this entire clock is divided into 60 units. So this one is 5 units. So 5 divided by 60 minutes. So the speed is 1 divided by 12. Is that understood? Similarly, for minute hand, speed is, it covers entire 60 divided by 60 minutes. So speed is 1. So it's that travels at a 12 times faster speed. So how did I arrive this 40 by 11 figure? Okay, I'll tell you how did I arrive at that. So focus here. So the time which will be taking both of them will be exactly equal from here to here. When both of them are equal, that is lying on top of each other, so the time which is taken will be exactly equal, that is why they are on top of each other, right? So what is the time? Time is equals to, what is time? Distance of r speed divided by velocity of r hand divided by distance of minute. What is distance of minute? Minute will be traveling from this to this, that is equals to 40 divided by distance of r, that is where they will be equal. So distance of minute hand will be distance of 40 divided by and divided by velocity of the minute hand, that is 1. So if you solve this equation, you will get about dh is equals to 1 upon 12, that is 12 dh will be equals to dh plus 40. So the distance which r hand will travel will be equals to what? 40 divided by 11. So already 40 is covered. So distance of r hand is equals to 8 by 40 divided by 40 by 11. So at this time, that is at 8 hour 43 minutes, 43.63 minutes, they'll meet each other. So but this time is not required. I am again telling you, I'll solve this question in 10 seconds literally. How do you solve this? I'll tell you in short now. This is a ghadi. Okay, so that was concept which was required to be built up. So this is 8 o'clock. Okay, so they'll meet somewhere around 8:43 or 8:44. I don't know the exact time, but this will be the time. Let's assume it's 8:44. Let's assume. So after 1 hour, it will be 9:44. So what will be the clock's face like that after 1 hour at 9:44? So at 9:44, the clock will look like this. So this is the hour hand, this is the minute hand, this is exactly what is the time is 9:44 now. So this, the distance will be exactly what, 5 minutes away. This is about to reach 10. So this distance will need something like a 5 minute plus some more time. So already 1 hour is covered. 5 minutes plus slightly more will give you 65 point something, so the answer will be 65. Or you can calculate by this method also, that what is the distance which is traveled by our hand will travel 5 minutes in 1 minute in 1 hour. Is that understood? So final time I'm speaking to you very smoothly. So let's assume at 8:43 or 8:44 they meet together. Anytime you can assume whatever. After 1 hour, that is in 60 minutes, the hour hand will travel 5 units and the minute hand will be exactly at the same position. Is that understood? So this 5 unit distance is there, minute hand will take 5 minutes to cover it, but in that time hour hand will have moved slightly, so it will be 5 point something, so it answer will be always 65, always. So whether it's between 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, the answer will always be 65. Please make sure that you understand this concept. Then this is a 6 identical cards are placed on a table. Okay, each card has number 1 on one side and number 2 marked on its other side. It can be A or B, it can be Joker or Buffalo. It doesn't matter, except you know this is either or situation, either this or that. So all the 6 cards are placed in such the number 1 is on the upper side. In one try exactly 4 can be turned upside down. Okay, and how many least number of tries can the cards be turned upside down, such as all the 6 cards show number 2 on the upper side. So this is the situation where all the cards are 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. So you have no option but to turn 4 cards. So it will be 1 1 2 2 2 2 2. No genius can obtain any other result than this. Now your genius kicks in. What you do is turn 1 unturned. So what I do is 1 ko 1 रहने दिया. The 1 plus these 3 2s. Can you see this block? So I can turn 4 cards, right? So I turn them over. So this 1 remains 1, this 2 remains 2, and this absolutely turn. Now 1 1 1 1 are left, so you turn all the 1 as unturned. Now you do 2 2 2, that is you turn all the ones. So is that absolutely clear? First it was 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Then you turned 2 2 2 2 2. There was no other option but to do this, right? You cannot do anything else. Then you turned 1 unturned, that is the one which was left, you turned it along with the 3 2s. Now 4 ones are remaining, so you turn all the 1 and you arrive at the result of all the 2s. So the answer is 3 tries. It's a very logical question, you don't need anything else. Just see this graph, it's showing in B is in 1000 rupees per year. This, just remember this unit, 1000, 100, lakhs, crores, whatever. It shows average profit from year 95 to 2000, A and B. So we will solve these questions, very simple questions, very simple. What is the average profit of A and B? Same. When it is same, can you see this point? Only this is the point where it is same. So the answer is 1996. Absolutely clear. At no point it is intersecting. At this point it is also intersecting. So if they ask in between which 2 years it is same, so you can say between 1997 and 1998, there comes a point in time where it is same. Or you can also say that approximately just before 2000, also between 99 and 2000, there comes a point when their average profit is same. Is that understood? But since it's not an absolute number, so this theory does not hold. But if it is a relative curve, where profit is plotted for every day, then this holds true. But the only answer which you can emulate is the 1996. Is that understood? Okay, so we move forward. So what is the difference between the average profit of B and A in the year 1998? See, this is the 1998 curve. So you come here, you do this. Then B is earning absolutely straight 4000 rupees, minus what is A is earning is, can you see this part? It is slightly more than 3000. So it is like, let's assume it is 3100. Let's assume, obviously it is more than that, or you can assume 3500, whatever you want to. So if you assume 3, the answer is 900. If you assume 3500, answer is 500. So it is between anywhere between these two. So the only value which fits our answer is plus 600. So it can never be absolute. It could have been 650 also, it could have been 550 also, depending upon UPSC examiner's mood. But the answer remains the same, that is 600 in this case. You have to just approximate using a scale or using your common sense, nothing else. Similarly, how much more average profit did A make in the year 2000 than in the year 1919? So A, just follow A curve. In 2000 he made in A this much profit, approximately speaking, and in year 1999 he made approximately 4000. So can you see this curve? It's approximately somewhere here. So you can easily show that he made approximately, assuming it is approximately 1500 from the answer, this is the only answer which is viable. So you know how to solve these curves now. It's very easy. So following subject shows marks obtained by two students. The difference in the mean aggregate percentage marks of the students is. How do you calculate mean aggregate percentage? First of all, total this, so it becomes 350. Then student A marks is 100, 210. So you calculate the percentage. This will come as 3 by 5. That is 3 by 5 is always 60%. Similarly, do for this. So here marks are 375, and here 150, 60, 15, that is 225. So you know 15 square is 225. So 15 and 375 is 1525. 15, 15, 3, 5, again the same percentage, 60%. So the mean aggregate in both the cases are same. So if you can calculate very fast, and if you know your squares and cubes and whatnot, so it becomes very easy to solve these questions. So please remember the squares of 1 to 50 and cube of at least 1 to 10 or 1 to 20, whatever you want to. But squares are very important. So by using the square method, I solved it in maybe 10 seconds less than other people did. So the answer is 0. There is no difference in their percentage marks. Of this question, obviously I don't need any question to write this question. The only thing you need to know is which pattern fixes in this. So can you see this line and this curve? Is it visible here? This line and this curve, just this portion, is it visible here? No. So this goes. Is it visible here? Can you see a line like this and a curve like this? No. So this picture also goes. Can you see a line like this and a curve like this? Maybe you can compensate like this, but then it has to turn like this. Okay, till now we are following. This is the curve. Okay, but now it needs to be a straight line. So again this is gone. So just follow this. Okay, this is there, correct. This is there, correct. This is there, correct. This is there, correct, and this is there, correct. So this is the entire image which can be reproducible. So it literally takes you 5 to 10 seconds. So if you follow these tricks, very neat trick, just follow this upper portion and you will know. Just follow this upper portion, you will know your answers. Then similarly, this is the curve. So just follow the pattern. So both are up. Just follow this. This remains up and then it goes down. Then this also remains up, then this goes down. So it will remain up. So the first is up. So this is also up, this is also up, this is also up. So this option is gone. Then follow the second pattern. This is up, this is down, this is up. This is right, this is left, this is right. So this is down, this becomes up, then this becomes down. So both are up. So the answer is this. It takes 10 seconds, literally 10 seconds, another 5 seconds to fill. So you save a lot of time in these questions for the other questions to be solved in time. This is what I want you to do. Which of the following statement is correct in the respect of the above data? It will take some time if you are not very math savvy, but I'll tell you the small tricks. Population increased by 5% or more every year. Is it the case? Okay, I'll see. From 20 to 21. So 1 of 20 is, you can multiply both by 5, so 5 by 100. Okay, for population increased by 5%. But again, 1 of 21 will always be less than 5%. Is that understood? If the base is increasing and the numerator is the same, then it is always be less than 5%. Is that understood? So since the population is always increasing by 1, so it cannot be increased by 5% or more every year. It is rather 5% in the first year, then slightly less in the coming year. So this cannot be the answer. Income increased by 10% or more every year. Okay, I'll see. So 1010 plus 101, that is a 10%. So the answer is 1111. Okay, this is correct. Then again you add 111.1 in it, just add the 10%. So the answer comes 122.1. So this is gone. Can you see this is not increasing here? So this is gone. Is that understood? Cool. So this is also not the answer. Per capita income was always above 5,000. Okay, so you divided by 2 because the population is in lakhs, that is equals to 10 to the power 5, and income is in crores, that is equals to 10 to the power 7. So you divide this by this and then you multiply it by 100. So per capita income, if you do it, so you just have to divide it by 2 or into 200, that will come out to be 0.2. So you have to divide this number by 0.2. So or you can just if you have to divide it by 0.2, so this comes out to be more than 5,000. Okay, understood, sir. Then your 1111 divided by 0.21. So if you can also see, so 21 5 ja is 21 5 ja is, so here if you just do it, it will come out to be 100 and slightly more, it come out to be 520. something like that. Similarly, if you divide it by 1225 divided by 0.22, so rather than doing that, what I want you to do is just multiply it. Here you can see it's 100. So if you see, if you have a feel that it is more than 110, because if it, let's say it is 110 like this, so if it is 100 1100 divided by 22, so it is more than 5, but since it is already 1200, so it cannot be less than 5. Similarly, 23 5 ja is 115, so even if the income is just 115, so it is 23 divided by it will be always more than 5000. So this holds true, and then this is the answer. And of course you can check per capita income which year it was highest. So in this year it will be 5.05. Here it will be, let's say, 500 and something, 220 something, 5200. Here it will be 550 something. Here it will be 580 something. I'm doing on top of my head. 590 something. So obviously you can see the highest income is in 95 because of the strong increase here. But the C holds the answer, so C is the answer. Last time I'll tell you. So 20 into 5 is equals to 100. So if the income is more than 100, here it is 110, that is equals to 101. So it is obviously more than 5000. Similarly, 21 into 5 is equals to 110. So if the income is 110, here it is 111.1. So it is more than 5000. 22 into 5 is 105 here. Here it is 110. Similarly, 115. Since they are always more than these numbers, so the answer stands. The answer is 3. And last pattern for today, can you see this pattern? So these are three, there are 4 balls, then they disappear to 3, then they disappear to 2, then 3 to 2 to 1, then 2 to 1 to 0. So absolutely 0 ball will be there. This becomes the answer. It took me 5 seconds to solve, so this is how it will be done. Similarly, you can follow triangles also: 2 triangles, 3 triangles, 4 triangles, 0 triangle, 2 triangles, 3 triangles. Is that understood? So now it comes like 1 triangle, so it has to be 2 triangles. It's very very simple, very very basic. There is no logic, not much logic behind it. So this is the answer. So I hope you like the video. So if you want me to make more videos explaining this topic very very lucidly and what exactly goes in the mind of aspirants, do like the video and do like the Facebook page, facebook.com/romansaini.official. Do message me your query either in the comment section or in the page. And if you want me to make more videos on reading comprehension, do let me know. So thank you for watching the video, and this is a YouTube channel and academy. You can also follow me at Twitter at Roman Saini. Thank you for watching the video. Have an awesome day.